Welcome to our journey in Myles. I'm Sue and Mark is indoors somewhere doing something. And this is actually Myles. This is our Class A motorhome. We are still on a caravan with Adventure Caravan Guided RV Tour. We're doing the historic East Coast, 36 days. And this is our 7th video of our series. There will be 8 of them. This has been a fantastic tour all the way. We started way up in Foxborough, Boston area, Massachusetts. We're making our way down to Myrtle Beach, but in this video, we're actually traveling into Williamsburg, Virginia, and we'll be doing a lot of touring around the historic triangle with Jamestown and Yorktown. A lot of history going on in that area. It's so fascinating to visit areas that were really significant in the founding of our country. And if you are a history buff, oh my gosh, this is the tour for you. It's been fascinating. And we've got, like I said, 6 other videos that we put out before this. If you haven't seen them, check them out. We're at the tail end. We're heading into Williamsburg, and then we'll be actually traveling over to the Outer Banks too. That was a cool area. I loved it. Saw the Wright Brothers Memorial. And besides all that, this video is also going to show you, if you've never been on a caravan, the day-to-day things that go on. It's our social gatherings, our planning, our driving, our oops, that didn't work right. We got to do something different. It's the good and some of the got to be flexible moments. So anyways, please join us on this video. We're heading into Williamsburg. Here we go. Good morning. It's day 27th. It's Friday, October 11th. Here comes my mule. I mean my husband carrying all my stuff. Hey. So we're in Williamsburg today, and it's a rideshare day. We haven't done one of those for a while, so we're waiting on our red bus, who is our friend Tim with his red truck, and we're going to drive into Colonial, Williamsburg.
Yes.
And we're getting there early. We're getting there probably before they even open up in the visitor center. And the main reason is Tim has been here several times. He says, you can't cover it in one day, can't cover it in 2 days. And it's awesome. He loved it. So we are going to get there super early and see what we can cover in 1 day.
Tim's our personal guide. Tim, yes, actually, we met on our first caravan on the Grand Circle.
Yeah.
He's such an excellent chauffeur. He said, oh, it's pretty far for you to walk. He says, I'll pick you up. Just give me a call. Well, we're going to surprise him and show him that we're athletic enough. We're actually going to walk like 1,000 feet to go over by him. Let's walk and talk and say what's been happening so far.
We can do that.
Yesterday, we drove here, uneventful drive.
Yeah.
We did have a dinner last night that was kind of nice to get some socializing time on. But this morning, when we woke up, we discovered that we only have 8 more days on this caravan.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's really odd. The first couple of days you're going, oh, we have so much time. And then you forget about it and you get super busy. And then the end creeps up on you and you're like, oh my God, we've got this, that, and the other thing. And then it's back to regular life.
Right, right. So the way that Adventure Caravan mixes things up, I really enjoy. I mean, they really do get a lot of things going in there. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's go find our red bus.
All right.
Our historic East Coast tour with Adventure Caravan continues to Williamsburg, Virginia, and America's historic triangle, which is a 200 square mile area in Virginia, and it includes Colonial, Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Yorktown. This area has been dubbed the Historic Triangle because of its unique role in the founding of our nation. In Williamsburg, we immersed ourselves in colonial life and how it was in the 1700s with some original buildings and reenactments. It was a short ride to Colonial Williamsburg, and once we were there at the visitor center, historic Williamsburg is a mile away. So they have a free round-trip shuttle that picks up every 15 minutes, and there are 9 stops on the route. Hey, we have arrived. We are at the Tavern bus stop. Tim was telling us that there's actually people that still reside here. They live here. The motor vehicles are prohibited during the day, except for emergency and necessary access to residents. So we're going to kind of just walk the streets, and whatever jumps out at us, we'll just stop and take a look. Oh,
Peruk. Is that how they say it? It's a wig maker. I'm gonna go in and check on some pricing.
Let me know how it goes. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. These buildings actually explain what they are. We got King's Arms Tavern reconstructed. So here we actually have an original building, according to the plaque, built by a lawyer.
You know, you can learn a lot of things on the OJIM channel, and one of the things that I want to point out is that the origination of Legos and the Lego block design was right here. You'll notice the holes and the Legos that they would click right into there. Pretty sure of that.
Williamsburg played a significant role in the American Revolution. It was the capital of the Virginia colony from 1699 to 1780. The Colonial Williamsburg is a historic district and a living history museum where actors in period costumes depict daily colonial life in the streets, the stores, and the workshops. So this is pretty cool getting this information. So this was constructed as a store and residence in 1750. The building was converted to a coffee house, one of my happy places. And that was in the mid-1760s. In 1765, the coffee house was the scene of resistance to the British Parliament's Stamp Act. All right, we got the John Crump House reconstructed and built in 1719. It housed a number of taverns over the century. A lot of taverns on this road. What does that say? Looks like they've got a guided tour here by horse-drawn carriage.
Tim pointed this out, the authenticness. This is sawdust, little chipped up wood, kerosene on here. This is the street lights back in the day.
All right, it's about 11 o'clock. It's lunchtime. We're heading into King's Arms. They open at 11, so we want to make sure we got here right away. Food was so outstanding, we forgot to take a video, but we did get dessert. What's the name of this? I forgot. Snow eggs. Let me get a photo of that. Look at that.
You should get a video of me trying it for you. I could take one for the team. Huh?
He said he didn't want any. I'm making him stick to it. Get out of there, Mark. Get out of there. Marco! You said you didn't want any. All right, apparently this is the governor's mansion. We were told that whatever has a flag in front of it, they're open for the day. So we'll be going in here. This is the governor's palace and was the official residence of the royal governors of the colony of Virginia. The main house burned down in 1781, but the outbuilding survived for some time after. The governor's palace was reconstructed in the 1930s on its original site, and it's one of the largest buildings here at Colonial Williamsburg.
Quite a fireplace.
Then there were several separate outbuildings for the scullery and the kitchen, which included the smokehouse, salt house, and larder. All of this really makes you appreciate the conveniences that we have today, that is for sure. Now back to pick up our shuttle to get to the visitor center and our red truck. Good morning. It is day 28. It's Saturday, October 12th. And we're still in the Williamsburg area. And today we're actually doing another ride share with Tim. And we're going to head over to Yorktown and Jamestown, the historical settlement. So more history.
Yep, we're actually walking all the way over once again. I'm telling you, this is a really rustic, nice campground we're in.
Oh yeah.
I reached into my pocket and I'm like, look at this! It fell right in there.
Not.
Wow, that's rustic.
Oh my God.
Let's take the shortcut to Tim.
We are. All right, here we go. Another day. Jamestown was the first permanent English settlement founded in 1607. We already have a pass through Adventure Caravan for the historic triangle. We just had to get our sticker for this location. That's what that looks like. We're going to start out by trying to find the film to watch, get a little background knowledge. Right, we just finished in the museum. I could have spent a lot more time in there. It's interesting to find the history of this whole area. The Jamestown settlement is also a living history museum made up of 3 cultures. There's the Paspahegh town. James Fort is a sample of how the colonists lived from 1610 until 1614, and then the recreations of all 3 ships docked at Jamestown. Paspahegh town is filled with the traditional culture of one of the Algonquin-speaking tribal groups native to the area.
It's like an airstream on the inside.
Yeah, they've got a number of historical interpreters in this area. James Fort is a sample of how the colonists lived from 1610 until 1614. So from what I read, it sounded like in the inside of the fort is where they had animals and supplies kept, but really outside the fort is where they had the village and the people. And you gotta wonder, how did they even know what's out there unless they're, oh my God. And then the third cultural experience is the recreation of all 3 ships docked at Jamestown. So we just finished up Yorktown, and we actually went into the village part, and it's Saturday. There's a festival going on. It was jam-packed. Could not find any parking at all. We didn't get there till like almost noon. So pro tip is get there early. So we decided to just go over to the American Revolution Museum.
And Visitor Center.
Yeah, that was fascinating. That was really good. Yorktown is the third point of the triangle where in 1781 the last battle of the American Revolution happened and gave America its independence. Day is done. We're heading over to the clubhouse, and we're going to have a social now. So it's a potluck. Everybody's bringing something. And these are one of the fun things about doing Adventure Caravan, our social time.
Going to get a good look at the food before it gets soiled.
And actually, when we're done with the meal, it's game time. And from what we hear, it's Bingo Bob will be on. That's our
well, and
wagon
actually,
master.
It's a trip meeting too.
Yeah.
Because we have kind of a fun ride. We're actually
tomorrow we're heading to Outer Banks, North Carolina. I'm excited about that.
It's about a little over a 3-hour drive, so that's 4 plus for us. Okay. We're going to be driving on some skinny, going over the ocean water.
Well, so you'll see it. You'll see it.
Yeah.
And look at that. Tim is catching up.
Quick.
All right. So let the evening and fun begin.
I don't know what's under it though.
All right. Pro tip: always remember tonight.
Nice and slow and easy, and just figure it out. I usually carry the cards.
Are you playing with the full deck there?
She's going for the heavy one. So we've got all the prizes and bags. We haven't seen that before. So you can't pick what you want, you pick what you get. Good morning. It is day 29 already. We're heading towards the end. Today is actually a travel day, Sunday, October 13th, and we're heading over to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So we'll be going across some bridges, and we'll see how I do on all that. But it's a travel day, and we have just 2 nights there. So I'm going to enjoy some of the beaches, and we'll check out Kitty Hawk too. So we're on our way. It's travel day. Adventure 2, this is 7. We're leaving the park.
Adventure 7, we copy you. Safe travels. And don't forget to reset that odometer next to the park. See you there.
Roger that, roger that. Safe travels. We will be crossing several waterways. One is a tunnel, and even though our motorhome is all electric, we have no propane on board. We were told to stop for inspection. Here you can see one of our fellow travelers ahead of us.
Yeah, we're all electric. Thank you.
As we got closer to the tunnel, our caravan trip log gave us information when entering the tunnel. Love that trip log. It says, upon leaving the inspection station, stay in the right lane as you go through the tunnel and over the bridge. Oh yeah, it does disappear, so we do need to get over. The Monitor Merrimack Memorial Bridge Tunnel is 4 lanes and about 4.5 miles long. It's composed of bridges and trestles, artificial islands, and tunnels. We did encounter a few tolls. This one was marked well, telling us this lane is for wide loads, plus the Easy Pass works on all lanes. It was here we noticed a number of our fellow travelers again, and this seemed like a good enough stop for a bathroom break for all drivers. And here again you can see a few of our adventure caravanners passing us, and we're on our way. And now we're crossing the Wright Memorial Bridge over to the Outer Banks. Well, look at them passing us up. And here's Bob, our wagon master, waiting for us and to check us in.
All right, so in the overall scheme of campground sites, next to Tim, this one isn't too bad. And here's our view. Yeah, I'll take it.
So one of the things I do want to point out about doing a adventure caravan, and really any caravan, having wagon masters and tailgunners is just so valuable. There was one time everybody's leaving and one person could not get their slide in. That was when we were in New York. So tailgunner was there, helped them get it in on their way. But today it was interesting. Our wagon masters always leave at least a couple hours before we all take off, and they ride the route. So if there's any kind of issue, detours, roadblocks, whatever, they always text us, or if there's something that's not quite right in the trip log, they'll correct it. So what happened today was we got a text from our wagon master. Great big bold letters, caution, detour information. So there was a turn that would lead us right down towards our towards the campground, and it was all blocked up. And then you're going on this narrow strip of land. I believe there's a bridge after that. It's like, holy smokes, we got big rigs coming around here. We don't just go down side streets and turn around. But they did scope out, not even a mile down the road, there was this big restaurant that had a big parking lot. You go in one end and you can get out the other end. And the restaurant didn't open till 4:30, which was great because we pretty much all were going to be in by 3 o'clock. So we were given a heads up on that. So if it were just us, not knowing this is what's coming up, that would have put us in panic mode. Probably not most people, but it would have done it for us. So another valuable thing about doing a caravan with a lot of people, we're all in this together, we all help each other out. So we are right now in the Outer Banks. We're in this beautiful park, big, wide open. And it's actually, the road goes right through it. Got beach on one side, beach on the other side. So this should be a nice little stay.
Give the chairman a full report because I was thinking about going back and getting a suit, honey.
Do it.
What do you think?
It's excellent. You should do it.
Yeah?
You would like ice water plunge. It's good. And today was a great day to get up early and go watch the sunrise. We're at a campground right on the ocean. So I got up super early, 5:30, walked over to the beach and watched the sunrise.
What did I do?
Mark was sleeping. It was a beautiful morning. So today is a rideshare day. We're actually we're only here for one day, and we're gonna go over to the Wright Brothers Memorial and Visitor Center.
Right, we're gonna poke around on different shops and things and probably eat somewhere along the way on this giant isthmus. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna enjoy another social tonight.
Yeah.
Pizza provided by Adventure Caravans, and then it'll be a driver's meeting. And I want to say that Tim did properly predict that I would be too tired to get up to go in the morning. So.
All right, so here we go. Let's do it.
So this is a fantastic display with really close, intimate viewing here in the museum here. This is a reproduction.
The original plane, named the Wright Flyer, sustained damage at the end of its fourth flight here, with gusty winds that tipped it over, wrecking it beyond repair. And the aircraft never flew again, but Orville took the wreckage home to Ohio and restored it. It then went on display at the London Science Museum until 1948, when the Smithsonian Institution took ownership of the Wright Flyer, and it's now on exhibit there in Washington, D.C. The brothers first lived in tents when they arrived in Kitty Hawk in 1900, but they often blew over in the strong winds. This is a replica of a more permanent wood-frame workshop and storage facility they built in 1901, and in 1902 they added more space to the workshop for living quarters. This is also a replica of the hangar the brothers built in 1903 to house their powered aircraft.
So where this stone is was where the rail is in the ground. You can see it there, that the airplane provided some guidance, and the guys would hold the wings in the right position so that they could start flying.
The Wright brothers did use a launching rail positioned down the slope from the top of Kill Devil Hill, and the hill's incline gave them the necessary momentum for a gravity-assisted takeoff.
And the first attempted flight, here was the stone, right here, on December 17th, 1903. And then you can see the second flight was not too far in the distance, but a definite improvement. But you'll see that the pilot was traded, and it was Wilbur. And then the third flight was Orville, and we have sent our Cub reporter Tim to see if this last one, the pilot's traded again. And looking at this here, it would have been Wilbur. So it was Wilbur on the fourth and longest flight of that day. All right, Tim, we did record that you are a Cub reporter, and we know you're part of the team. So tell us the answer, because we're too lazy to walk all that way.
What the flight pilot was?
Yeah.
No, you got to understand, though, I go into the philosophy that knowledge is something that's earned, not received.
Earned. So,
Pay up.
well, what if I offer you a slight
Well,
Does that do it?
20? Geez, I thought we were friends, Tim. There you go. 40 ought to do it.
All right, what do you want to know?
I don't know about this friendship here, you know. All right, we should be good now. It's 60. What do you
it's
think?
a long walk.
My God. Leave $5 so I can at least get a burger later, okay?
Well, all right, we'll go.
All right.
That was Wilbur.
Wilbur, same date?
I knew it.
Yeah, well, yep.
Woo!
Day.
Same day, and it was Wilbur. So that was an alternate. So alternating, yeah, from
Yep,
Orville.
yep.
All right. You know, it was worth $80 because look at how far I would have had to go, you know?
Oh my God.
All
It
right.
was worthwhile for me, too.
Excellent. Let's go get that burger.
So we started heading to the top of Kill Devil Hill. Mark's going to need that burger. Right, you're at the split in the road, hon.
Yep.
Why'd you decide to go that way? Is that shorter?
Well, I remember looking at an aerial view, and right around the corner here, they've got a donut stand.
Oh, excellent. Motivation. Keep going. The Wright brothers were looking for the perfect location to conduct their early light experiments with the best conditions for testing their gliders and airplanes, and they chose the Outer Banks area where Kitty Hawk is located because of its strong winds for lift, large sand dunes for launching, and soft sandy beaches for landing, and relative isolation for privacy. This area was a sand dune at the time of the testing, but grass was added to the sand dunes in 1928 to stabilize the area for the construction of this monument to the Wright brothers.
You know, I'm reminded of some other famous people when I see this Wilbur statue here. I used to watch a television show, and a lot of times in the show the star would go, "Oh, Wilbur, teach me to drive." Remember that show?
Walk away.
It was
Walk away.
Mr. Ed.
Walk
It was a really good show. One of the other things he was responsible for was popcorn, and I really like popcorn, and he did a really good job on that too as well. Hey, didn't you just have lunch like 2 hours ago?
No, not me.
We had lunch 2 hours ago. We feel guilty. When you have a driver's meeting, you need nourishment.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Two-fisted nourishment.
Yeah. You know what? I hope they brought too many pizzas and said, "Oh, get to take some home." Then over here, to go with the beer for the pizzas, is homemade brownies.
And with that and the driver's meeting, we are ready to head out tomorrow for Wilmington, North Carolina, and then Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Check out the next and last video of our series with Adventure Caravan RV Guided Tours. We're on the historical East Coast Tour. And if you enjoyed this video or our series, we invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, leave a thumbs up and comment. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the road or somewhere. Safe travels.